Reddit. What's considered normal in Europe but horrific in America? Underage drinking seems more of a crime in the US. In most cases if a kid is caught with alcohol in the UK, it's just confiscated and poured away. Strictly speaking, the age you can drink alcohol is really low as well, so long as you're home with a parent. I think it's like 5/6. When you're in a restaurant, you're also allowed low percentage alcohol like cider with a meal, so long as you're with an adult. In Poland, it's not even illegal to drink underage. It's only a crime to sell, give, share, etc. alcohol to a minor. Doesn't apply to every European country, but prison sentences are a lot shorter. Life in prison without parole is extremely rare, and many countries do not have such sentences. For example, the maximum sentence here in Finland is called life in prison, but the average time spent in prison before release is 13 to 14 years for them. In Germany, the highest sentence in theory is 15 years, lifelong, but if you are deemed a danger to society, it can be ruled that after your sentence you get put in Sicherheitsverwahrung, security safekeeping, meaning you still won't get out. Few days ago in r/Ask Europe, someone told a story how their American relatives got so bent out of shape over naked children running around the beach. On every beach in Bulgaria I've been, naked children is the norm. Women sunbathing in monokini is considered absolutely normal, while naked men are okay only in the nude sections of the beaches. And every beach has a nude section. In France it's like this too. Every beach has naked people on and no one cares. It's just normal. I don't know if this would horrify Americans, as I've never heard it discussed, but where I live in Europe, Luxembourg, voting is mandatory and you can get fined for not voting in an election. You can still spoil your ballot, so you don't have to decide between lesser evils if you don't want to, but you have to make the effort to go to the polling station or submit a postal vote. It guarantees a high voter turnout and by extension more representative elections, coupled with a proportional voting system, so we're not locked into a two-party mess like the UK or the US. Not that it's without its issues, of course, but I think it's an improvement. Taking the bus. There is so much stigma around public transport in the US, especially buses, and in Europe it's just a totally normal way to get around because nobody wants to deal with driving and parking in a big city. Also, from an employer's perspective, 25 plus vacation days minimum for all employees and unlimited sick days. The absolute horror. I'm in the US and I've used my fair share of buses to get around. In fact, my city made buses free for everyone. You just get in and sit down, no questions asked. The buses here are terribly inefficient. It takes literally 45 minutes to an hour to get 3 miles down the road. The way the routes are split up, something that would be a 30-minute walk would actually require you to ride to the transit for 45 minutes, and then wait 15 minutes for your next bus, and then it would be another 15-minute ride. So just getting to a grocery store and back again would be an ordeal that takes up half of your day. This is why a lot of hiring managers have flat out told me that they won't hire me if I have to take a bus. It's not considered a reliable form of transportation at all. American here. I saw blackface at a Christmas pantomime on my trip to England in 2006 and damn near had a heart attack. The friend I was with had to explain why blackface is, apparently, acceptable over there because my brain could not process that no one cared. He was pretty shocked when I told him blackface in America would not end well. Blackface is absolutely not acceptable in the UK, in decent company at least. Train/public transportation. Buses alone aren't enough. Without trains people wouldn't get anywhere. Cities, towns aren't several hours away, most are like a 5-minute train ride away. Tons of people live in one town/city but work or go to school in another. Feels like literally everyone has a travel card you can get for an hour, 24 hours, a week, a month, 3 months, a year, there are endless options. Honestly, some places would go to hell without trains these days. Underage drinking. I had my first beer when I was 14, it was a family lunch and I just joined the adults with it. Nothing crazy happened. I had my half pint of beer, I asked for another, Dad said no, some other time. Most people do this where I live and it's no big deal. I even remember my granddad letting me have a tiny sip of his beer, just a little bit of the foam on top when I was 6. Again, did not get drunk or anything, I just liked it. We do this in Denmark at least, letting babies sleep in their baby carriage outside all year round and leaving them, sleeping, in the carriages outside cafes or shops while the parents eat inside. When I was studying architecture in Prague, the dorms that turned into a hostel in the summer had co-ed showers with private stalls. Everyone took their shower in the stall and then toweled off in the common area together. By the time summer rolled around, you would have men, women, and children all nude and toweling off together. Here in the States, people are losing their minds about trans people sharing a bathroom. Letting kids go to school or walk around the neighborhood by themselves without supervision. A Dutch family moved to the USA and their kids went to school on their bikes like they always do. After a while the police showed up on their doorstep and Child Protective Services letting them know they're being irresponsible and to not do that again. In Eastern Europe, how common bribes are. It's just normal there. And I'm not talking big quiet bribes to politicians, this happens in America too. I'm talking small $20 to $60 bribes to get off a speeding ticket or seat belt or other traffic violations. Oh, and paying for ketchup at McDonald's. How has Noon mentioned this yet? Being able to shit, in a public loo, without accidentally making eye contact with anyone. Our doors go top to bottom, or at worst have a gap of a couple of inches. When my dad went to America, the police pulled up and asked him if he was alright and if he needed a ride because he was walking on the sidewalk in a suburban neighborhood. America has such big sidewalks, yet they expect you not to use them. American in Europe. Almost naked people at the beach. Topless people at the beach. Naked people at the beach. People changing at, anywhere really. People with 1 or 2 master degrees. People with 1 or 2 master's degree plus a PhD. People speaking more than 1 language. People speaking more than 2 languages. People speaking more than 3 languages. No Trump. No guns. I can keep going. Thank you for watching/hearing. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more forum videos. You may even click the bell. Leave a comment if you want to, and click the next video to get to another video.